My name is Ephraim Andre Lucas, Fort Valley State University, class of 2007. I'm originally from South Georgia, Valdosta, Georgia, born and raised. Come from the South, the country. Like I grew up, working on the farm, my grandparents. So I guess at a young age, I was taught work ethic. As a teenager, honestly, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I just knew that I wanted to be something. Like, it was my goal to get out of Valdosta, Georgia, go to college, Fort Valley State, and make something of myself. As a teenager, I had no idea what I wanted to be, but I knew that whatever I wanted to be, it was hard work that was going to get me there. Honestly, I applied to one college, and that was Fort Valley State University. I've had family members to attend Fort Valley State, uncles and aunties that went to Fort Valley. My brother went to Fort Valley. Both my sisters went to Fort Valley. Yeah, I have a lot of family there in Fort Valley State. A transition, automatically you're a bit apprehensive. You don't know what to expect. But like I said, I had my twin sister there, and we have always been really close. So it was a level of comfort having her there. But we were excited. We were excited because we come from a predominantly white high school. So going to this HBCU and seeing all these people who look like us and think like us, we was really excited about going to Fort Valley. And like I said, we went summer before, interacted a lot socially. I've made so many relationships with my colleagues at Fort Valley State. I joined a fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi. I went to all the football games and cheered the Wildcats on. But it was a really good experience. Like I've developed lifelong friendships with my fellow Wildcats. We still stay in contact today. I come from a big family with a lot of uncles and aunties and cousins. So I left there and went to Fort Valley State University, where I have met so many students. They're like brothers, they're like sisters, they're like cousins, professors. They were like aunties and uncles. So like I left my family to join the Wildcat family. It's been an awesome experience. I was an electronic engineering technology major at Fort Valley State, and we are relatively small departments. Most of my classes were about anywhere between 5 to 10 students. So you can imagine, with that many students in the classroom, we were really tight knit. We had a very good relationship with our professor, especially Dr. Wee. He took it upon himself to have relationships with his students. So because he wanted the best out of us, he wanted us to do well. And even the staff in the department, they really pushed us and tried to look out for us beyond Fort Valley State University. I wouldn't say that it was one moment that changed my trajectory at Fort Valley State University. I would say it was just a culmination of things that, put me in the path that I am now. So Fort Valley State experience for me was very, rich in relationship building, and I appreciate that so much. I don't feel, because I went to four colleges. I graduated from 4 colleges, 2 HBCUs and 2 PWIs. And the PWIs that I attended and graduated from, I don't have those same relationships. I built so many strong bonds at those institutions because there were people there who, we had the same goals. We looked alike. We had somewhat same experiences growing up. So it was just a very nurturing experience for myself and my 3 other siblings that was at Fort Valley State. Actually, the relationship at Fort Valley State is what caused me to go to the law school I went to. I went to law school at Southern University Law Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Graduated Southern in May 2013. And it was a great experience, a huge accomplishment, but the bar was up next. February 2014 is when I passed the bar. I'm now a licensed attorney, and now what do you do? I actually went back to school. I went and got an LLM, a master's in tax law from the University of Houston. I finished that degree in May 2015. And from there, things began to open up a little bit. I had an internship at a tax court in Washington, D.C. For a summer. I started doing consulting work where I was traveling, all over the world, doing tax consulting from small businesses. And After that, I did some work in private practice where I had my own firm where I was, taking tax cases, things like that. And I worked for state government for a while in healthcare law, which was kind of a transition, but it was a strategic move that I need to make to be where I am today. And now I work for the Department of Treasury, IRS Office of Chief Counsel. I'm a senior attorney there, and I've been there for almost a year now, and I actually love it. It's a really great environment. I'm learning a lot. So I deal with people who don't want to pay their taxes and they owe the government money. So I'm the litigation attorney where we try to settle, we try to go to court, and I love it. I work with a lot of great people, and even the job that I have now came from a relationship that I created while I was in law school. I had somebody who extended their hand to look out for me, and I'm forever grateful. So for me, it's all about looking out, reaching back and looking back to help somebody else. So I'm really big on that. It's imperative that we give back. We see on TV where famous people may give, $1 million to Howard, or, $1 million to these other historically black institutions like Morehouse and Spelman. And we look at that like, wow, why isn't students for Fort Valley giving back? And the question I had to ask myself when I saw that is, why am I not giving back? So it became a personal thing for me. And and I may not be able to give $100,000, but it starts with planting the seed. You may be able to give some of your time, and mentorship. You may be able to give just some of your energy and helping out, and in a variety of ways. But it's important that we give back to Fort Valley State University, because Fort Valley is a large part of who we are. You develop a relationship there, and you matriculated from a young man, a young lady, to a man or a woman when you graduated from college. So it made us. So it's imperative that we give back to the institution that gave so much to us. So even if you can't give $100 million, it's important that you do something. Support your institution, because if no one else supports us, we have to support us. Empower the possible. Brick by brick,